And welcome into Hot Takes with Carson and Stacks. I'm your host, Carson Harrison, joined, as every week, by my co-host, Elijah Stacks. Stacks, how we doing this week? You brought a guest with you?
Yeah, I brought Boss with me for some reason. So, hey, Boss, what's up?
Welcome, Boss Stacks.
Pog.
Brother to Elijah Stacks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Call it what you like, the season finale, the semester finale of Hot Takes with Carson and Stacks. This will be the last episode for the semester. What was it, 15, 16? Heck of a ride, Elijah.
I think it's 16, yeah.
Wow.
It's a long time, you know?
You know, a lot of mediocre content we've been spitting out. Boss,
Very true.
Have you been listening to the show?
Indeed I have.
Do you have any pointers or criticisms of us, or just some adoration and praise?
Yeah, it's good. You guys are new, and I think it's impressive. I don't know. I wish I would have thought of something like this to do, but yeah, I like it. It's a good idea.
Oh, wow, thank you. How old are you, Boss?
I am 14.
Wow. I remember because I came down to your house that one summer. You look like you hit a growth spurt a little bit.
Dude, Carson gets any girl he wants.
He's taller than me now, so wow.
Pog.
I will still beat him into the ground, though. Don't worry about it.
Wow, the brotherly love. Obviously here for Isaac's graduation. Wow, you proud of him?
Very much.
Yes, wow.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, very proud of him. Very proud of him.
And are you excited to hear our great Vice President Mike Pence tomorrow?
Very much. I'm very much excited. Yeah.
Are you a fan of this presidency?
I am. I'm a fan. Yeah.
Wow, because you definitely cannot vote in the next election.
Yeah. It's good to stay involved, even though you can't vote. But
you know, my birthday was yesterday, and my grandma bought me a Trump Winery hat. So,
whoa, happy birthday!
Oh, thank you,
wow.
Thank you.
Whoa. The big 2-1.
The big 2-1. Yes. So, Elijah put on the show notes some horse racing. I don't know how much we're into horse racing.
Oh, not at all. But I just remember this was like the one time I actually thought it was kind of cool. It was in the news because so for the Kentucky Derby, Maximum Security, what a name! Wow, he won the race. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't watch it, but I got the news alert on my phone, right?
Congrats, horse.
Yes, good job, horse. Fantastic. And then about 10 minutes later, I got another alert saying that there was like a review going on about the win, and apparently Maximum Security impeded another horse on the stretch and was DQ'd.
Isn't that what all the horses are trying to do?
I was confused. I was like, isn't it a race? Aren't you trying to cut off other racers and win the race? I was confused. I don't know what that means exactly, but yeah, he got DQ'd. So, and apparently they're not they're gonna sue. The horses are gonna sue.
Wow,
so.
a very like the Saints, very similar situation.
Yes,
got robbed, suing the state. That is confusing to me because it's a horse race.
Exactly.
I was having this discussion with my girlfriend the other day when the horse race was on because we were eating dinner. It was on.
Pog.
And
I'm gonna knock him out.
And horse racing is literally only relevant nowadays because people gamble hundreds of thousands of dollars on it.
That's true.
And it's literally just horse race. It lasts a minute.
Yeah, dude. It's not something I'm really into, but it is kind of fun. Like the hype around it is kind of weird. It's cool.
Could you imagine all those people that are so pissed because they bet like upwards of $1 million on a horse winning a race and they disqualified it?
I'm sure if they're doing that though, like they have money anyway, so it's not a big deal.
Have you seen Back to the Future? That's how.
I've watched part of it. Haven't watched it all.
Wow, it's great trilogy.
Yeah, I know. Not a huge old movie guy over here.
Boss, what is your what's the favorite movie off the top of the head?
Let's just go like Jumanji, like the new one. That's a funny one to me.
That's the best movie.
That's
you
the all-time favorite.
Or just for good time's sake, let's go Nacho Libre. We've been quoting that movie a lot lately.
That is a great movie.
That is a great one. Wow.
Okay.
We're done. Move along.
Okay. So I want to move on to some football here. I really just threw this on here because Elijah and I got into a little bit of a conversation the other day because Colin Cowherd put out his herd hierarchy of his top 10 teams now.
It was a garbage list.
Which really enraged Elijah. He had the 49ers ahead of the Cowboys.
And he had no Saints. Were the Bears on it either?
The Bears were on it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why the Saints. I think they were like 6 or 7.
Okay, point is, the list was garbage.
Yeah, no Saints on it. But it got me thinking. And we're going to do right here the Carson Stacks Top 10 And usually we do bottom 5, but I wanted to put the Raiders in there too, and I put them in the
Just
bottom
to call
6.
them garbage.
Yes. So top 10, bottom 6. So Elijah, do you have your bottom 6?
I didn't write out a list because I agree with yours.
Oh, so we have the same one. All right,
list.
so I'll just read them off. The very worst team in the NFL, the Bengals.
The Bengals.
Wow. 31, Dolphins, also very bad, even though they just got Rosen. So
we'll see how that goes for them. But shut up, boss. But yeah, they're still bad.
30, Cardinals, even though they got Kyler Murray, I don't see their season going that great.
Still bad.
The Giants at 29, I put them there because of Saquon Barkley, really. But
Awful.
They're going to be bad because even if they Jones, I think if they let him play, they'd be a little better. But they're going to let Eli start until he retires, I think.
Absolutely.
28, Bills. I had the Raiders there, but I figured the Raiders have made enough moves. I'll give them some props. They're better than the Bills.
Yes,
but the Raiders have a brutal schedule, and they will not be good this year.
And they have John Gruden, so
yeah, wow,
no good.
What's the Farrell? What's his name?
Cleland Farrell.
Cleland Farrell.
Wow. Like Cleland Farrell.
Cleland. Wow.
From Clemson, you know him, boss, right?
Pog.
Okay, boss, we're getting a little more than you from Pog on here. Do you keep up with the NFL at all?
Not really much with the NFL. Yeah.
What do you watch?
What do I watch? I mean, it just depends. Like, I usually watch.
We gotta cut the show off real quick. It's not going well.
I usually watch NCAA when the March Madness tournament's around. I'll watch NCAA football when the tournament's around. I don't know. I really don't find much time to watch.
What do you do with your time anyway?
Sleep.
Do you take out females on dates?
No.
No, I know that the women of the Stacks family watch the show.
Oh,
but,
yes, yeah.
Yes.
Pog.
Are they aware of any female friends you have?
That is for me to know and them to one day find out.
Wow.
Boss, you're about to get in trouble, boss. Stop!
Pog.
Move along, Carson, move along.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We'll get back on track. So we'll do top 10. Elijah and I differ a little bit on this.
We do a little bit.
Basically, on where we have placed the Cowboys and Steelers, we differ.
Yes.
So do you want to do your 10 first?
Yeah, sure. We'll do my 10. So at 10, I have the Steelers. Wow. I give them top 10 because they have Big Ben.
Big Ben.
They have Connor, who's a good running back, good O-line.
Juju.
And I think Juju, we'll see how he does. But I think he'll play well.
Devin Bush.
So, yeah, that's on defense, but okay.
Yeah, he's good.
But yeah, so I think overall they're going to be a top 10 team, but I don't know. I think because Colin had him at was it 5?
Yeah, he put him at 5.
He put him at 5, and I was like, that's ridiculous.
That is a bit high.
That's really high. But I think they're going to be a good team overall. The defense really did improve this offseason. Devin Bush is a great addition, so we'll see how that goes. At 9, I have the Eagles because the Eagles are a pesky team who are good for some reason. So yeah, I'll put them at 9. Also, easy schedule for them.
Yes.
I have the Bears at 8. This is where it becomes really kind of arbitrary for me because the top 8, I think each gradation you improve, you go up. It's not like the differences are far and away better than the other. It's just a matter of how you're going to rank them. So I have the Bears at 8, Cowboys at 7, and I think the Cowboys honestly they can make I could pitch them to be in the top 5 because I think they have. There's no glaring weak spot on the roster except for maybe safety. And our safeties, Jeff Heath and Xavier Woods, are both really serviceable. They're not great talent, but they're not costing us games. So that's the main thing there. I had Chargers at 6, Colts at 5, Saints 4, Chiefs 3, Patriots 2, and Rams 1. So and like I said, at this point, it's not because the Pats are 2 for me and Rams are 1. The Rams are way better. It's just a matter of how am I going to rank them. And I put the Rams at top right now.
I went with the Eagles at 10, Cowboys at 9. I think their records will be
Dak hater.
I'm not a huge Dak guy, no, but I think their records will be fairly similar, and I think it'll come down to the wire on who wins that division. I got Pittsburgh at 8 just because I think their offensive line is the best in the league. James Conner is good, Big Ben's good, our wide receiver core is good. Our defense is a little shaky, but we got that Justin Lane guy from Michigan State at cornerback. We got Devin Bush, so I think we'll be fine. Not great, but fine.
Okay, yeah.
And Our like front line is pretty good with like Tuitt and Hayward. They're pretty good.
You have pretty good like front seven.
Yeah. So we'll be
Devin
good.
Bush really helps.
Yeah. So then I got the Bears, and I could make an argument that the Steelers could be ahead of the Bears because I'm not huge on Trubisky. I don't think their running game is that great. I don't think their offense is that great. Their defense carries them. But for now, I'll put them there. I got Colts at 6, Chiefs at 5. I would normally put the Chiefs at like 3 up here, but I think the Tyreek Hill situation is going to hurt them.
Yeah, we'll see how that all pans out. It doesn't look too good right now, but
so then I got I had Bears, Colts, Chiefs, Rams at 4, Patriots at 3. I got the Chargers at 2. I think
that was a little bit surprised to me. Why?
Because I think when it comes down to them and Kansas City is like the more flashier team, so like you're more drawn to them. But I think the Chargers have a better defense, which I think puts them above them.
Yeah.
And better running back, too. Melvin Gordon's really good. When you go to quarterbacks, Phillip Rivers versus Mahomes. Mahomes is a stud, but, I mean, Phillip Rivers has been playing for 15 or so years. So I just think that's a better all-around roster. And then I got the Saints 1. I could make an argument Chargers 1. But I think the Saints were the best team all of last year. They didn't make a ton of moves this year. So I'm just assuming that they'll be equally as good.
Sure.
But Drew Brees kind of fell off a little bit at the end of last season.
Yeah, he did. I feel like that roster didn't they didn't really change a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
But they were already really good.
They didn't lose people. Like they lost Unger, they lost Watson, the tight end,
and Ingram, the running back.
Ingram, a couple people.
But Kamara's a stud.
Kamara's really good. I don't know. I mean, we'll see if that team takes like a step back. But I don't know if they're going to be like the same dominant team they were last year. But I think they're going to be.
I think it says
still going to be good.
I think it says something too that we have the Patriots at 3-2, and literally all they did was lose people this offseason, and we're still they're going to win no matter what.
Brady Belichick is what it is. Like that QB coach combo. I think that's the moneymaker for them. But Colin Cowherd, his list to me was so bad.
He had the Patriots at 1, which I understand that.
But he didn't have the Saints on there at all.
Yeah, I don't know where he had the Saints.
He had the Eagles in like a 4 or something. It was like, what's going on?
I think he was high on them because of their schedule.
Whatever. He can go somewhere else. Get out of here.
The funny thing about the Raiders on here, the Raiders paid the former Patriots offensive lineman Trent Brown.
Yes.
He's making $68 million this year. The entire 9-man offensive line of the Patriots is making like 78. And I heard they're moving Trent Brown to right tackle, which is like the least important of the offensive line. Yeah. So do you
know what for?
I don't know. They want him to play right tackle. But they're paying him the highest in the league to play right tackle, which you know a little bit more about football than I do. Sure. Apparently, left tackle is way more important because that's the blind side. That's where they put the good edge rushers.
Left tackle is most important because if you like you said, that's the blind side. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, if they're going to have a left-handed quarterback, then moving Trent Brown to right tackle makes sense.
Maybe Carr is left-handed.
That becomes his blind side. But, I guess maybe they don't think he's that good at left tackle. I don't know. So, I don't know the reason behind the move.
Well, they paid him more money than anyone in the league at offensive line ever.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
Think he's bad at left tackle.
Boss, what do you think?
Boss, okay, who's the best team in the NFL right now?
Me? Okay.
What's your opinion?
Yeah.
What's my opinion
on the best team right now?
This is a very opinionated show.
Right now, after the draft and all this stuff.
Yes.
And after they lost players.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Rams were good. Saints were good last time I checked. Patriots, they're okay, but they lost Gronk. And
They did, yes.
Gronk's out partying, man.
That's a good point. They did lose
Gronk's he's a good part in the Patriots. He has a lot of Super Bowls. I don't know. I'd say
he's a lot of Super Bowls.
Super Bowl championships. You know what I'm saying?
Give me one team you think's the best one right now.
Right now, Saints. I'll put Saints.
Wow, thank you. He agreed with me.
Siding with Carson, traitor.
Pog.
All right, that's all
we gotta have a stat.
That's all we brought Boss on the show for. To say Pog.
All right, so Elijah, we're moving to kind of like the heavy aspect of this episode. The spoiler ban has lifted on Avengers Endgame. We saw it 2 weeks ago now, I believe.
Yep.
All right, so
take notes for one thing. First off, if you're watching this and you don't want to be spoiled on Endgame, fast forward.
We're gonna spoil it.
Whatever time, I don't know, something probably about a good 20 minutes.
So I got some stats on it real quick. Through the first 2 weeks, it is the second highest grossing movie ever in existence. It passed Titanic behind Avatar. And I think it's going to catch Avatar. I never thought I would love to see a movie pass Avatar, but
I never watched Avatar.
It's not that great.
Which is surprising.
Yeah, I mean, but so in just 2 weeks, it's the second highest grossing movie ever, which is insane. I think it's the fastest movie to ever hit $2 billion. I meant to bring up this picture, but my phone's at 1%, so I didn't. But like I sent you at the Rotten Tomatoes over like all the Marvel films of late, they've all been like 93 and up
and above. Yeah,
yeah,
which is
so
crazy.
That's really incredible, really good streak. Boss, did you see Endgame?
Indeed, I did. Yeah, I
did. You like it?
Yes, but my opinion is, I think for those who haven't seen maybe all the other Avengers and other Marvel movies, not all of them, but I don't know. I was sitting there with a friend who hasn't really seen all the Avengers movies, and I was thinking, like, does this make sense to him? But to me, I was like, this is a good movie, but to him, I can't tell. But I think it was a great movie.
I agree. Elijah, your thoughts?
Yeah, overall, like I said last week, it was a good movie. I hinted at my displeasure of it last week, and I think I still abide by my comments.
Oh, yeah, you want to talk about dislikes? Let's do dislikes
first. Go into the movie now.
All right.
So here's the thing. First off, if you criticize the movie, it doesn't mean you don't like the series.
True, very true.
You don't like the movie. I think there were spots that they could have done better to make it like a perfect movie. Because I gave like an 8.5. If they had fixed these certain things, it would have been a perfect movie. But I still enjoyed it overall. Really good movie. So it wasn't like by criticizing it in these certain regards, I hate it. Just to be clear. So you can be critical, also still be a fan. So first off, what I didn't like I said last week, made some characters lame. First off, Professor Hulk. Hulk is like my favorite hero, and I was really looking forward to having, because we had called the Professor Hulk dynamic, like that character development in Hulk, and so I knew he was probably going to be like, you know, a more like calm, in control being, but I thought they'd go the route of he like trains, he can still fight, he just is like, in control of his motions. So I was really excited to have like a Hulk who was, you know, gonna fight Thanos and like, you know, because you know in Infinity War, whenever if Thanos put the whooping on Hulk, I thought it'd come back and have Hulk give Thanos a smackdown at least for like a couple seconds. But I got none of that, and I think that Hulk overall was not a very exciting character in this movie.
I agree with, like, I was expecting him to come back and have like a big moment to fight Thanos or something. But the way that they did it with him being Professor Hulk, it didn't really set up for that because he can't just like switch back, I guess, to Rage Hulk.
I didn't want him to be like a Rage Hulk. I wanted him to just be Professor Hulk who would fight people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think because they didn't give him that big moment.
I think you can fight and not be in a blind rage as Hulk always was. I think it's more of, you know how all other Avengers, like they're fighting, but they're not like in a rage. It's that I want him to have that kind of dynamic where he's the Hulk in control of himself, fighting people.
Yeah,
that would have been cool to me. They didn't do it, so I think overall, I think his character took a step down. And on the cool factor.
I agree with that, but like the way they went with this, they give it like this. We got a lot more stuff for him to do in this.
That is true.
Because when he is just like the big
green monster,
just hulking out, really all he does is just break stuff. And it's like for a scene in the movie, like whenever, because you can't get him back. So like by doing this, we got so many like really funny moments, I think. Of just like when he sent like Scott through turned him into the baby and everything, and he just goes, time travel. Like that was hilarious. And like I loved him with the glasses and everything. I do agree. I would have liked to seen him have like his like big action moment. I would like to see him face Thanos again. Yeah. But at the same time, he got possibly one of the biggest moments of the movie. He snapped everybody back into existence.
So that's the other thing about him. Like, he did have that moment where he did something important for the development of the storyline. But I think overall the character still took a step down in my mind. So that's the first character I thought that was lame. You guys can disagree with me if you want to. Boss, what do you think?
I agree. I mean, so watching Infinity War last year in theaters, everyone was disappointed also in Hulk. After he gets defeated not defeated, but he gets a smackdown from Thanos, and everyone's thinking to himself like, okay, well at least he'll come back and do something, but he can't find his rage, and then like you said, everyone's like, okay, he'll be back in Endgame. No, but he's just like a nerd, but he is a smart guy, and he does, and like your point, he does have key moments in Endgame, which are big moments, like the snap, that he could only obtain.
And with the time travel stuff,
Yeah.
he came up with that idea.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do like that dynamic of having Banner and Hulk.
Yeah. It was just different.
They're like collaborating. And I enjoyed that. I think it could be a really cool character. I think they just could have made him more. He could turn it on and like fight someone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not like he's gonna avoid it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the one thing I didn't like about Hulk in this movie. Still like Hulk though as a character.
Oh, I agree.
All right, Thor. So this is one that I think people are not going to like too much. So first off, Fat Thor.
Thick Thor.
What did you guys think about that for one thing?
I thought it was funny.
At first?
At first, definitely.
Same.
It was funny at first. And I thought, the more I thought about it, like, at some point in the movie, like, when he went to fight him at the end and the lightning struck him and, like, his beard got braided and everything.
That was cool.
I wish that would have taken him back.
To, like,
at some
standard,
point,
yeah.
I wish he would have gone back to
being fit. Yeah.
But at the same time, I realized that not only is that, like, a joke, they're trying to show that he feels the weight of literally letting half the universe die. Like, he thinks it's his fault.
Yeah.
So, like, they did that through a, like, physical way of showing, like, he's depressed, he's sad.
Yeah.
And, like, in the next movie, next time you see Thor, he'll be skinny again.
Sure.
Like, if he's in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, he'll be fit again. Like, I did think it carried on a little too long. Like, I thought that at some point they could have zapped him back to being fit. But at the same time, like, they would have to like just say, okay, yeah, he can just lightning himself and then he's thin again.
Yeah.
Like, so I got why they did it, and I'm not upset about it. Did I miss kind of having like normal Thor the whole movie? Yeah, but I like the story that we got through him being upset, because we got that conversation with his mom and she kind of encouraged him and got him back on track and everything. Mm-hmm. So it was just a way of showing his mental state, I think.
So I agree with that, but I'm going to take you down this vein with me real quick. So I'm gonna read off what I wrote so I can say it correctly. So I said overall, Fat Thor was humorous at first, but not overall. Overall, I'm not a fan of his role in the movie. He's had a very underwhelming character arc. That's one thing. That's my biggest criticism of him. He doesn't want to lead his people, and he's afraid to take on responsibility. You know, as Thor, he's supposed to take his Odin's place as the leader of Asgard. But like I said, he has this moment where he lets down his family, his people, the entire universe, really. And so he has this moment where he's like, he doubts himself. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to take it on. He doesn't think he's worthy of it. And so what was I going to say? I just lost my train of thought here. So I said he doesn't want to take on responsibility of being the leader, but in the end he gives it up. He gives it the responsibility to Valkyrie in the end. Which I think is kind of lame, because I think that Thor is supposed to be like, theoretically, he's a god, so he's supposed to be like the most powerful Avenger technically. And I think that they should have done him more justice by, throughout the movie, having him overcome his doubt, like his self-doubt and his, I guess what's the word, like his disappointment in himself, and, you know, really, kind of like you said, come back and like take on this role. And I'm trying to think how to say this. I lost my train of thought. I had a really good thought right now. Hold on. Basically, I just feel like they made him. He's disappointed in himself, and so, in the end, he just gives away the duty to Valkyrie, so he can run around on the ship with the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like they should have made him, you know, really take on that role and like lead and like be worthy of the hammer again. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you.
So, I don't know. I just didn't.
I do think that would be fun to have him in Guardians of the Galaxy.
It would be
3,
cool, but yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of how his character arc kind of just had like this really shallow like.
You don't think that'd be cool in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 though, when he's
no,
in there?
it would be cool in it, but like I just feel like they could have done something better with him.
And they're gonna do a Thor 4, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, he signed on like a 5-year extension.
Yeah,
with
that's one thing I'm really glad about, because a lot of the original Avengers are like, yeah, after this one I'm done and stuff. Thor kind of got revamped in Thor Ragnarok, and he kind of got they figured out his character then, so he signed on more. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a Thor 4. I think he'll be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I'm sure he'll be in the next Avengers movie whenever they do one. So
see, I think that's like what like in Thor Ragnarok, Thor like he took on the role. He was like leading people of Asgard, right? And then like obviously the Infinity War happened and stuff went kind of downhill from there. But I feel like in this movie they just let him, like you said, he had like the mental state problems, whatever it was, and then I feel like they could have just done it better by having him in the end take on that duty and just become like Thor again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
I feel that's my biggest thing. I feel like him giving it away to Valkyrie and running away on a ship with Guardians of the Galaxy to me was like not the most fitting character arc for him. I get what maybe the plan is, but I didn't particularly enjoy that. So, boss, what do you think about Thor?
Okay, so for me particularly, like Thor, he's always been one of my favorite superheroes. And I think it's for how much Endgame was hyped up for all these remaining superheroes that still remain after the snap. Thor was the one that was always in my mind, like, I can't wait to see what this guy does against Thanos. And then to see him, like, just fat, playing Fortnite, and drinking beer with his boys. I wouldn't say it was, I thought it was going to be something short, but it turned out to be the whole movie. In some way, it was a disappointment, but, I mean, it's whatever.
See, I like how he had, he talked to his mom, and then, like, he had the battle with Thanos in the end. Like, I think that was, like, him kind of coming back into his own.
Yeah. He just has to get thin, though. He's fine.
No, so to me, that's like, okay, you're on the right track, and then they just stop. Like, hey, now he's like, all right, Valkyrie, you lead now. I'm going away.
He went for the head.
Oh, yeah, he did chop Thanos' head off.
Yeah, I was going to get to that,
but yeah, I feel like they just. I think
they want him kind of to be more off in space though, as opposed to just sitting on Earth, because he's more of a character that can fight stuff up in space.
Yeah, I don't like that vibe, but that's what they want to do. It's their franchise.
It is their franchise.
It is whatever they want to do.
So you want to talk? You said you have on here some very plot developments.
So other things I don't like about the movie, some plot developments. This is just like minor stuff. So the thing about time travel, it was like. Whenever they first brought it up, it was like this impossible dream. Then they went and they saw Tony. And they're like, "Hey, Tony, we have this idea to like travel through time, do the quantum."
They had the concept.
They had the concept, but then Tony was like, "It's never going to happen. It's pipe dream." And then within 2 minutes of the movie, he's figured it out. It's like I feel like they could have just made it where he had to like struggle to figure it out.
I think he did. Like I think he did. I think they just didn't show it. Like I think because he had ran some tests on the thing.
In theory he did, but I wish they had shown it.
Yeah, I got you.
I feel like it went from like this. Never going to happen to I haven't figured out within like 30 seconds in the movie. Yeah, that was kind of cheap way to get around it. But that's just minor stuff. This is something I heard from Ben Shapiro on his podcast, which he was
very critical of the movie.
Very critical of the movie. I don't think everything he said was accurate, but I think this thing was pretty neat. He talked about Thanos and how he thought that the intrigue of Thanos in like Infinity War was how he was this really methodical, thought out villain who had a purpose behind what he was doing, and it wasn't like a moral purpose, but he had a reason for what he was doing. But in this movie, his entire goal was, I'm going to just kill the Avengers and snap her.
Can I defend that one? Okay, so to me, what I got from that was the older Thanos from the past. He was more of a violent guy, more of like I'm going to just kill a bunch of stuff and everybody. Like when he came onto that ship, his sword, it was like covered in blood.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to Infinity War, he's a little more like philosophical. He knows like exactly what he wants to do. And like I know that he'd have been going around doing it on his own. But like I think he was a little more like of a warlord back then. Mm-hmm. And then he says in the movie like he sees that he successfully did what he was trying to do, and yet they're still going back and trying to mess everything up. So he's like, that shows me that I need to just kill all of you instead of trying to do what I was initially trying to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I get that argument, but also at the same time, I think what Ben said was kind of accurate, because like, I think at this point, whenever they're in the middle of a fight, and he's like, I never really take pleasure in killing, but I'm going to enjoy it.
Well, they made him mad.
There was something like that.
He doesn't like them.
But see, that was him coming to the point of like, I'm just killing you for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying? For the fun of it.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I think this is a good point to me. It's just minor. I did not hate Thanos' character in this movie. I think he was still really cool. But I do like Ben's point about how he became more of like just a being bad for the heck of it kind of guy, as opposed to having a reason behind the madness kind of thing.
What did you think of Captain Marvel in this movie, Elijah?
Oh, haircut!
Wow, haircut.
Okay,
boss made a noise.
I'm going to say this about Captain Marvel in the movie. Give me a second, boss. I am happy they didn't give her a huge role.
Yes, I am too.
Because my entire fear was that after Captain Marvel, seeing that movie, I was like, they're going to give her basically everything. She's going to be the one to defeat Thanos. And I was like, don't do that, please. And so I think she played a part that was significant. She brought Tony back. She came into the fight, and she gave Thanos a pretty good whooping for a couple seconds until Thanos
knocked her out.
He knocked the power stone out and blasted her. So that was kind of cool. But But I was really concerned that they were going to give her this huge role where everyone else kind of became obsolete.
I forgot about her.
And for a while,
like she was in the beginning, and then she like was like, I gotta go or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like at the very end, I wasn't even thinking like, oh, when's Captain Marvel going to show up? And then when I saw the light in the sky, I was like, oh yeah, she's in the movie. I forgot about that.
So she played a pretty cool role, but it wasn't to the point. It was the entire.
And she led that extremely non-forced all-female scene where they all got together to fight Thanos.
See, to me, that scene, it could have been cool, but it was just so not realistic in the sense, like, you're going to tell me every single woman's going to be on the same part of the battlefield at the same time for this scene. Doubtful.
Thor and Iron Man are just knocked out somewhere. Doctor Strange is holding the water back.
And it was like every single female character who's ever been in the series. I was like,
I don't mean to hate, like, because like a lot of the female characters are really cool. Scarlet Witch, really cool. Yeah. All that. They have this Mantis character who literally can't do anything. Yeah. And like both of the scenes where she like arrives and it comes in, she literally just like puts her hands up like that. I'm like, what are you going to do?
Yeah. So forced scene, but that's okay. Boss, go ahead.
So, it's a meme. It's everywhere. She goes, well, last time you didn't have me. And it's a meme everywhere. But, like, I don't know. It's like her cockiness.
No one cares.
No,
I love that when it was like the fox was like, it was like nobody cares.
I feel like she was too cocky and it kind of got annoying. I mean, and then she comes out of nowhere towards the end on like Thanos' big ship, and then she just like destroys it. You know, at the end.
I do think that they've worked themselves to do a little bit of a corner here, saying that she can literally just take down huge ships, literally just by approaching them. Yeah. Because she like flies right through them. Because like, how is there going to be any like challenge for her in future movies?
That was my critique of the movie itself. I was like, who's going to beat?
Because like Thanos did beat her, but like she really squared up with him, and like
first off, he's the most powerful being in the universe, supposedly, according to like the movies. So naturally, he's going to be the best fighter.
And he like gave her the headbutt, and like nothing happened, and then he pulled the stone out and just clocked her in the face. But like, not everybody's going to have a stone to pull out and clock her in the face.
So that was my concern the entire time, was she's going to be too OP, and no one's going to be able to fight against her. Whatever. Let's go ahead. All right, so that was that about Thanos, and then this is the critique I have. I think the battle scene wasn't long enough. This is just minor to me.
Which I thought it was really long. It's like the whole last it's at least 30 minutes.
Is it really? Are you sure?
It's got to be. By the time the missiles come down and hit the building, are you counting just like when the portals open? And everything?
Are you counting? Like, I'm counting the portals.
Okay, from when the portals open to whenever the battle's over, that is really short. It's not very long. I remember watching it, and they defeat Thanos. He dushed away, and I'm like, that was really it.
I'm about to head out.
Thanos, I'm gonna head out. But yeah, I remember just it ended, and I was like, that was it, huh? That's all we're gonna have for the battle.
I thought it was a really good battle.
Was my first. That was like my first hot take reaction in the theater. I was like, that was it. Really? So maybe I need to go back and rewatch it again and time it out. But I felt like it was short. So. You guys can feel free to disagree on that one, but I think it was.
I thought the whole maybe not the whole battle, like the whole last hour of the movie to me was insane. Like
it was crazy.
When Hulk snaps his fingers, brings everybody back, then you got him destroying the base, then like they fight, and it's like that shot of like, okay, we're about to get into stuff I like. All right, we're basically stuff I like.
Yes.
That shot. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead,
no,
boss.
you go. I gotta say something I don't like at the very end. Before we go into
that shot of only Cap, standing up against the entire army of Thanos is an insane shot. Yeah. I love that shot. Then you just hear like the scuffle, like Cap. And at first I was like, who is that? You forget in that time that they had brought everybody back. You just forgot about it, and then you just hear he's like, it's Sam on your left, and then I don't know why
you see the portals opening.
I don't know why they chose Black Panther to be like the first one that came out because like Sam or whatever, but like it was awesome because then you start seeing Doctor Strange, Spider-Man. Yeah. By the way, that might have been the biggest cheer when all the portals came back because when Spider-Man swung in.
Yeah.
Oh man,
awesome. It feels great.
And it was just like you see every single character in like any of the Marvel movies.
Boss just said he feels great. But yeah,
you have to change your pants after that.
That was a great scene. Yeah. All right, so things I liked.
Wait, boss said something he didn't like.
Okay, there I am sitting there, and I'm like, oh man, the movie's over. I'm like, okay, we always got that little scene at the end. I sit there.
Oh yeah, no end credit.
I'm for that.
I mean,
Before
I didn't mind it. In fact, I sat there for like 5 minutes waiting for it.
Yeah.
It never
Well, yeah.
showed, which I knew it probably wasn't going to happen. But
I thought it was really cool in the credits where they had like the people sign like their characters.
that was cool. Yeah.
I'm all for them having no end credit scene for this movie because this movie isn't about setting up the next movies. This is about the end of Iron Man, the end of Cap, the culmination of all 22 movies. I don't need to be. I don't need a stupid scene at the end of like some.
Yeah, that's
thing.
true.
Like,
I agree with that.
I was totally fine
to me,
with that.
it wasn't like it was whatever to me.
This is deep thinking with Carson.
Yes. Wow. Thank you.
Shut up, boss. All right. So things we liked. So I'll just go ahead and keep going. I guess.
Go for it.
I like the overall plot idea. I think the time travel and collecting the stones to unsnap over everything was pretty neat.
Yeah, I thought that was really
that was
cool.
like a really cool plot line to follow. And I wrote here like the dynamic of a present Avengers fighting a past Thanos in the future was really interesting. Like that, it was just like a mind effort, just going around and around. So and I think how Thanos could he looked into like Nebula's brain and knew what was happening the entire time, and like even when he was doing the original snap, he knew this was going to happen at some point. It's all crazy to me, man. Like, he knew he was going to get his head cut off by Thor.
Yeah, that's all.
Crazy.
He's like, that's destiny fulfilled.
Yes.
I did think the time travel aspect of it was really well. I like how they set up the rules of where, because a lot of times like time travel movies can get really confusing. They're like, no matter what we do, it's not going to change anything. So we have to we can get stuff, but we have to take it back. I like how they're like taking something won't necessarily change the future, but it will make that timeline like have an alternate one, and it'll be really bad and stuff. So I thought that was really good. They consulted with quantum scientists making the movie to see what they thought about time travel. Regardless of what Christian Hamlet may tell me about his flaws in the time travel, which is not real, so you can't tell me that it doesn't work. I thought the time travel made a lot of sense, and it was really good.
It can happen anyway, so this is all like just how you want to portray it, how you can portray it. So it's fine.
It's their movie; they can do what they want.
It's their money. Good job, Marvel. Okay, I like the role of the Black Widow and Hawkeye played.
I did too.
Their characters were really cool. I feel like in other movies you kind of forget they're even Avengers. Honestly, there are times you're like, oh yeah, Black Widow, Hawkeye.
Like the story with Hawkeye and his family was really good. You got them. I love the meme where it was like
spree. Wow,
where they're like talking about who's gonna go get what stones. It's like Black Widow, Hawkeye. All right, we're gonna go get the Soul Stone. And it's like Nebula just looking at him like. Because like when you get like the second they're like we're gonna go get that, I'm like that makes sense why it's them too because they have that connection.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they played a really cool roles in the movie, and like I said, I think them playing such a big role was a nice change of pace from what they usually do.
And wow, R.I.P. Black Widow. Wow, yes, sad. It's been there since Iron Man 2.
Yes, and she is now.
When they went up there, did you think it was going to be her? I kind of thought it was going to be her just because of the whole family aspect with him, and that's the whole point. They're trying to get his family back. And everything.
I think I think it would be him. Also, like because he went on that killing spree and like he was going to like pay for his.
So you thought he was going to die?
I thought it was going to be him.
I thought it was. I
knew whenever they were going to get out, I was like, there was going to be a fight at some point between them trying to like sacrifice themselves. But I saw a meme the other day. It was the meme was like whenever Black Widow hears that the Avengers defeated Thanos, and it was just a picture of a chick laying like face down on the floor. So I was like,
that's rough. That's rough.
So anyway, and then the ending for Iron Man and Cap.
Yes, I want to get into this.
This is going to be really good. So I think that Cap's ending was about as good as it was going to get. We called him to die. But looking back on it now,
I like this better.
The ending he had with like going back and putting the stones back in place, and then staying back in the past with Peggy, and living out his old age.
I had heard that theory going into the movie. A lot of people are like, he's gonna stay in the past with Peggy, and I like the theory of him dying more than that theory. Having watched it, this is way better. I was really wrong. Screw you, Carson.
Because the entire dynamic of Cap,
he never got his dance.
He's a man out of time. Man out of time, and he's just like kicking it in the present, but he's really a man, from the past. And so I think him going back and like living out as he should have lived, and with Peggy, and like retiring, being old, passing on the shield, that was really cool.
Yeah, this is a really emotional movie, like low key. Like it's sad. Like I think I've seen the movie 3 times now. Yeah,
and I've seen it once.
It is. Every time, like I don't think I'll ever watch this movie and not be like, dang, that hits me hard. I've had Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man since I was 9 years old.
Yes.
And for him to be dead, like that's just
sad.
That's just crushing. Like
yeah, so I think Cap's ending good as he's gonna get, and then Iron Man, I think he's definitely very fitting because
I do too.
his entire thing, like his entire character dynamic is he wants to like save the world peace and be that guy.
Yeah, suit of armor. That's how Ultron happened. Is he wanted to protect the world from a greater threat.
So I had to say that he had to like sacrifice himself to defeat Thanos and save the world, which he couldn't return to the life he had built with Pepper and his daughter, which was something he really tried to like, build up for himself in all the other movies. And so I think that like him kind of having that tragic ending is really kind of fitting though for his character.
I love that where Thanos just goes, "I am inevitable," and snaps his fingers and it's nothing, and then he goes, "And I am Iron Man."
And Iron pulls out the reverse card.
Yeah.
No, that was a really good ending.
Like throwback to Iron Man 1. You know?
So I think overall the way that Iron Man and Cap went out is very fitting.
Yeah, and I agree. Like I wouldn't have changed anything about the way they went out because like they want to be done. They've been in this franchise for 22 movies. Like. They deserve it. They deserve a send-off.
Exactly.
A lot of really like humorous lines in this movie too. Like even just like Tony talking to his daughter. He's like, "Go to sleep or I'll sell all your toys." And all that. So I love another like really like just low key scene I loved is when Hulk gives Ant-Man the tacos because it's just like that's so like he just hands him the tacos with all this friendly music playing and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I love that.
He's like sitting outside eating them. Then like the plane lands and like all the meat. So he's pulling out the taco. But boss, what do you think about the ending for Cap and Iron Man?
Well, I mean, it's
moment of silence for Iron Man. I think.
Thank you. So for Iron Man,
thanks, Tyler.
Okay. So for Iron Man, it's kind of like, oh crap, because Spider-Man just got back, and
that was rough too.
They had that tight connection, and I'm like, oh, let's go, Spider-Man's here. And then Iron Man snaps a finger, and then he's all messed up. He's about to die, and then Spider-Man approaches. I'm like, reverse card. Like this is depresso. But and for like someone like Captain America, I thought the part of him picking up Thor's hammer was
how did we forget that? That was awesome.
I was thinking, why would you guys?
We haven't read that here. Okay, yeah, we just haven't got
to it.
Awesome,
sneak peek.
Awesome.
All right. Then I'll skip that. But.
No, you can go. You go on, boss. Whatever you want to say.
I do think the part of Iron Man getting older, or not Iron Man, sorry, Captain America getting older, or like to his normal state of aging, like everybody else, was kind of it was cool, but it was different. Is like a lot of other topics in this movie, but I think it was cool how he passed on his shield to
Sam.
Sam.
Falcon. Yes,
the Falcon.
Yeah, I was like, why are you calling him Sam? But yeah, I thought that was
his
cool.
name is Sam. That's
Pog. I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. But I think I'll wait for the hammer. I want to see what you guys have to say about
for
that.
next point that
we just get to the hammer. What do you say about the hammer, boss?
First.
Well, the hammer for me was unexpected. I mean, I didn't see the movie till a week late because of all this soccer stuff and all. But like, and you can kind of see these sneak peeks. I fell for it, but for me, it was just like. I thought only Thor could do that.
Yeah. Well, they set it up in Age of Ultron. Remember where they were trying to lift his hammer and he like nudged it. And Thor kind of got a concerned look. And when he catches it, he's like, "I knew it." I loved it. Oh my gosh.
Like I
because like I knew they were gonna give Cap some big moment in the movie. I thought since like I was like they could do the hammer, but the hammer's destroyed. But then once Thor like was in the past and brought it back, I was like, all right, here the Cap's gonna have that. I thought they would have Cap with the gauntlet, but I'm glad they went with the hammer instead.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna have like Thor dual wield Stormbreaker,
which he did, which was really cool. I
was like, that's really hype. So
I love when they each had the opposite ones, and Thor was like, no, you get the small one.
Yeah. So I do like the whole Cap with the hammer thing, but there was a part of me that was kind of like, really, I feel like they should have left like the Mjolnir Club exclusive to Thor. But I do like that.
Well, that's from the comics too. The Cap can do that.
I understand that, but I don't know. There was part of me I was like, I wish they had left it just to Thor. But I get why. But I think it's still really cool. And then also there's a scene wherever Cap threw his shield and threw the hammer and like they collided and like made that ring it always does, and that was really dope. And then I have written here the Hail Hydra scene.
Oh, that was awesome.
We have Cap like in the elevator. And he's trying to get like the
scepter,
Tesseract and scepter.
Yeah, it was the scepter. Yeah,
and basically like it was that scene, and then he was like,
Hail Hydra, setting up exactly like Winter Soldier. I thought they were gonna have the exact same scene, and then he's just like, it's okay, Hail Hydra, and they were all like, all right, that's cool.
They were going crazy with that.
That was awesome.
Everyone lost their mind, so that was a really good scene. So yeah. Good points, boss, on the hammer thing.
Pog.
And then I have the final point here. Things we liked, at least I liked, that the return of characters who were snapped in Infinity War.
Yeah, I thought that scene was really good. That was really the big scene with all the characters.
Avengers Assemble moment, that was pretty cool.
You see all the five Ant-Man that just punches the giant thing.
Did you like the Avengers Assemble, like, the way he said it?
Yeah, I thought he could have, like, because he did, like, say it quiet. Like, he said, like, Avengers, and he was like, assemble. I thought he could have been, like, just like, Avengers Assemble, but, like, it was fine. I mean, I'm with it.
So, I mean, yeah.
Pog.
It was still really cool, though, so great moment, yes.
Really good movie.
So, like I said, overall, I gave it a 8.5 out of 10 for nostalgia's sake. Very good movie. Some weak points, Hulk and Thor, but other than that, great.
What do you think?
Moving along.
Well, I think just as a movie versus like how I would rate it compared to like all the other Avengers movies, I would rate that one was probably the best from starting from the beginning to Endgame. I would rate that one the best, but like just that as a movie, probably like a 9, which I thought it was really good.
To me, it was my favorite Marvel movie. I ranked mine out real quick. Elijah, did you?
I actually forgot about this. I'm sorry, but I do have my top 5. I can go with that.
Yeah, go ahead and do your top 5.
Okay, so top 5, I have Infinity War number 1. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that one's really good.
And then I have, this is going to be a shocker to some people maybe, but I think Ragnarok is number 2 for me.
Yeah, I have that.
I think Ragnarok is probably is definitely the best standalone film, and I think it's definitely top 2 for me in like terms of like just pure enjoyment to watch the film. Great movie.
Funny. It was a funny.
I have Endgame at 3. This is just proof positive that I think it's a really good movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
And I think this one is really high for me because it has like that concluding feeling to it. You know what happens. It all makes sense. Everything gets tied up. So that's really cool. And then I have 4 Avengers 1. The first Avengers is really good movie. And then Iron Man 1 at number 5.
Wow, that's a really good list.
I have to go back and double check, and like I can try to do the other 20 whatever, or however many it is, later on, but I forgot about it this week. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, fans.
I went ahead and listed out them in order of what I thought, and I'll just run through it real quick. 22, I had Thor Dark World. 21, Iron Man 2. 20, Incredible Hulk. 19, Captain Marvel.
Whoa.
Watch it.
Get him, boss.
Like, I actually did struggle where to put Captain Marvel because I think it is a good movie. It's just it doesn't reinvent the wheel for me. I don't think.
Absolutely.
I thought there was a lot. It was like a very like even tone.
I'm looking
film.
at your list right now, and this is a pretty good list to me. I think you have some really solid movies in the right order here.
And then I have the first Captain America movie, the first Thor movie. Low-key, I was thinking about when I was making this. I've probably seen the first Thor movie more than any of these other movies.
Really?
Maybe the first Avengers. Because like Thor got on TV when I was younger. So like when I had nothing to do and Thor was on, I watched it like every single time it was on. So I thought Thor was a really good movie. I got Doctor Strange at 16. Black Panther at 15.
I think I would flip those for me. I think Doctor Strange is a good movie. That was
better than Black Panther.
I think better than Black Panther a little bit, but
yeah, I think they're very even. I think they're very
good movies, but I think I like Doctor Strange a little bit.
That could be flipped. Like that's kind of even. I got Iron Man 3 at 14. A lot of people don't like Iron Man 3. I think it's a really good movie.
That was pretty good. It was like they're kind of like zombies, kind of, or like, or am I thinking crazy? You know, like his Iron Man 3. Or am I thinking crazy?
There's no zombies in Iron Man 3.
They're not like his suits. Like they
his
take
suits.
Control.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I'm not saying they're zombies.
Come on, boss.
I got Ant-Man. I might put Ant-Man and the Wasp above. Iron Man 3 above Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't know why I did that. Ant-Man and the Wasp I thought was good and funny. I like that one. Guardians 2, really funny, really good. 11, Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man's a really good movie.
I think I'll flip those again.
Which one?
Flip Guardians of the Galaxy 2 above Ant-Man. But both are great, though.
Oh, yeah. I really like the first Ant-Man movie.
Very even, but good movies.
10, I got Age of Ultron. Because I'm very heavy on the team-based movies, because that's like what you're building to.
The Avengers movies, yeah.
So Avengers Age of Ultron at 10, Iron Man at 9, Civil War at 8, Spider-Man Homecoming, because that's my favorite hero, at 7, the first Guardians of the Galaxy at 6, Winter Soldier at 5.
And I would not put that one up there. I think I put that one like probably near the bottom of the top 10.
Yeah, I really like Winter Soldier. I think Winter Soldier was one that I went to the theater and saw that and was like, I have never seen like a superhero movie be that like in depth, because it was like a political thriller. I thought it was really good. I got the original Avengers at 4. Thor Ragnarok at 3, Infinity War at 2, and Endgame at 1. Those 2 are my favorite just because like that's literally what all of them have been building towards, and that's kind of the point of it. So
Absolutely.
Boss, what is your favorite top 3 Marvel movies?
So, I mean, I like all Marvel movies pretty much, but it kind of just depends. So, like, I think your guys' point about Ragnarok, I kind of saw that one as it did have key points leading to Avengers and stuff like that. But, like, I also saw it as funny, though. Like, I found some...
Yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah, but, like, I put that up there. So
I think I had the most fun watching Ragnarok. Sorry, boss. I think watching Ragnarok was like the most fun Marvel movie. Go ahead, boss.
But, so shall I go? I'll go number 1. I'm kind of stuck between Endgame or Infinity War, but I think I'll stick with Endgame. For number 2, who would I would probably put Spider-Man Homecoming. That was a good movie.
Wait, you just decided between 2 for the first spot and you put a different movie at number 2?
I know, because I want to have some variety, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you. No, dude, I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my favorite.
Yeah, but...
don't forget to talk about that Spider-Man trailer when we get done with this.
Okay, Paul. And so for 3... I'd probably say Doctor Strange.
Whoa!
You guys,
hold on.
You guys have it low, but I
Wait
have
a
it high.
minute. Top 3.
Well, but
It's
like
good.
That's
no, but
rich.
like no. So like I'm putting it as category. So like for Avengers,
You're talking about like standalone and then as opposed to like team movies? What are you talking about?
No. So like I probably would put a lot of the Avengers in my top 10, but I want to have some variety here. So for my top,
All right, boss,
So you're literally just trying to spice up the list and not...
You're done. We're done.
Okay. So speaking of Spider-Man, the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer 2 came out the other day. I sent it to you. Did you watch it?
I did. Yes.
It was really good. It looks
very
fantastic.
Good. Looks very good.
I am so glad that they're doing... Because, like, they're doing villains that they haven't done in the other Spider-Man movies. Like they did Vulture, never done before. I thought it was great with Michael Keaton. They got Jake Gyllenhaal. He's a big actor playing Mysterio. Yeah. Mysterio wears a freaking fishbowl on his head, and he's the main villain. Awesome. I love it.
Awesome.
I think it's going to be so good. Like, so they were talking...
It has Zendaya in it again, so yes.
Wow.
Hot.
Boss, do you like Zendaya?
Yeah.
Shake it up.
Yeah. I mean,
Shake it. I totally forgot about that.
Do you mean like as an actor or as?
Is she hot?
Yes, Seymour.
Hey, watch it, boss.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
But do you guys think she's a good actor though?
Yeah,
sure.
She's fine.
What about for like?
Shake it up? No.
What about for like Avengers game compared to like Disney? Even though they're both Disney, but
you're comparing 2 different things here, boss. Move along.
Anyway, back to the
No,
trailer.
I'm saying, do you think she plays good? Like,
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Move on.
I don't. One thing about her though, in it, I don't like how she's MJ, but she's not Mary Jane. I don't love that.
Yes.
But it's whatever. So are we on the same page here? Mysterio's making those creatures, right? He's trying to play himself. He's a liar, dude. Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm here to help you guys. I'm from a different dimension.
Mysterio.
I don't think they kind of like tease like a multiverse in there. I think he's lying.
Rick and Morty. Wow.
I think I think he's lying.
You think he's lying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to look.
Because that's what he does. I think he's making these things. He's trying to pit Spider-Man against Nick Fury. It's gonna be really good. I'm all for it.
It will be good.
They went full fishbowl. He's got the whatever he does.
I am like looking forward to seeing how like where the series goes from here in terms of Marvel. Like what's the end game? You know what I'm saying? Like
we just had the end game.
What's the future of the franchise here?
I think that I had initially thought, like, I was very timid. I thought they were gonna make Captain Marvel like the face of the MCU. I now think it's gonna be Spider-Man. Because I think Captain Marvel is going to be a little more spacey.
Yeah.
And I think that they want like the main person to be on Earth.
Yeah, but
so I think it will be Spider-Man.
Like, what is that going to be? Because you know how in the other 22 movies it was all about
building
putting up two Thanos, and Thanos was pulling all these strings in the background.
Yeah. Well,
what's it going to be now?
They'll have someone to build up to, like especially when whenever they decide to put the X-Men and the Fantastic Four in.
Yes.
Yeah, I know one of the big X-Men villains that could be like the big one is Galactus. Mm-hmm. Like apparently he's a really big deal. Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
So I think eventually they'll build up towards there. Because like you got to think like at some point in the next few years we're getting like a Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2.
Absolutely.
We'll get another Spider-Man movie too. Doctor Strange 2 I know is already confirmed. They're making a Black Widow prequel movie, which I don't understand because you literally just offed her. So I don't understand why we need a prequel movie.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me. And also, like, didn't we just wrap up the whole Infinity Saga? So let's just kind of move that along.
Yeah. But I'm very excited to see, especially when they get Fantastic. I want them to do Fantastic Four. If they make it,
I want to watch it. But,
I want them to do Fantastic Four before they do X-Men because we've never really gotten a great Fantastic Four movie.
No. No.
And like X-Men, there's plenty of. I'm not as like X-Men will be cool. I'm not like a hugest X-Men fan, but like
Sure.
Boss, are you excited for Spider-Man: Far From Home with Mysterio?
I haven't seen the trailer.
You haven't watched the trailer.
All right, move along.
All right. You put on here some Fortnite. Do you want to go on about Fortnite
Oh no, I
for
just
a
mentioned
minute?
this maybe because like it wasn't a very intense week in terms of like other news. So Fortnite season 9 started this week. So what do you guys think? What's the opinion here?
I think it is okay.
Very okay.
I don't think it's the most original idea,
No, it's not.
and the
whole,
skins for it aren't that great.
they're not. Still bought it though.
But yeah, I mean it's fun. I'll play it.
Oh, the drum gun's back. What do you think, boys?
I like that gun. So
I always promised my friends, I said, I'll play with you when the drum gun comes back. They go, oh, you suck. That gun's never going to come back. Boys, I'm coming.
Well, they also
you really told your friends you would play with them over an in-game gun?
He doesn't play anymore.
Pog.
Yeah, he's not playing for a while. So
Wow.
But then they vaulted the pump yesterday. So wow.
They vaulted the pump shotgun?
They did. Yes.
Is it
They
because
got
they have
a
that?
new one,
Is
but
it
they
because
got
they
a
have the
new one.
combat
They have
shotgun?
the new combat
I
shotgun.
don't like that
which
one as
sucks.
much. Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally, Daquan did a video, right? And it was like in creative mode, and he had a shotgun on the dude's head and pulled the trigger. Did 120-something damage. And I was like, okay, cool. Then he pulled it 3 more times. He did 31 damage headshot. So, garbage gun, get it out. The
Wow.
tac shotgun was better. The tac shotgun is the worst gun in the game. Brutal.
Like I think like the one thing they put the first ever like place on the map that doesn't have the same letter
Yeah, Neo
that starts.
Tilted.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think
Yeah.
about that?
I mean, it's all right.
Do you
I know I saw some kids
Do
on
you
the
land
I saw
tilted?
no, I'm bad. I'm too
Okay.
bad to land tilted. But like kids on the internet were crying when they destroyed tilted the other day. So they just rebuilt it.
Yeah, but you got to think about this. When you think of, or I wouldn't say this, but when you think of Fortnite, you're going to
you
think
are saying it.
Pog. But when you think of Fortnite, you're going to think, okay, let's land tilted. That's the number one place you think. Fortnite would not be that dumb to destroy it. I think I knew it was going to return after I saw the clips of it being destroyed.
I did know, like, once it was destroyed, like, they're not going to leave it that way. They're going to rebuild something there.
And the trains, quote unquote, around the map is just an air
It's
tunnel.
an air tunnel. I don't know what people calling it trains for.
Yeah, it's not a train.
I mean,
Mega Mall, it's new as well.
Yeah, I like Mega Mall.
Retail Row has been offed, and now it's Mega Mall. So what do you think about that?
R.I.P.
I'll talk about that in a minute. But so back to the tilted thing. So that the theory of tilted getting destroyed has been for a long time, whether it be from the meteorite that eventually destroyed Dusty or the rocket in I forgot what season it was that went. I forgot, but it had no.
It cracked the sky.
Yeah,
Created rifts.
I forgot. Well, anyways, it was gonna go for tilted, but it's always
it missed it.
fact. But it's always been that theory that tilted will eventually get destroyed, and it has been. And I don't think Fortnite would be that dumb to destroy tilted, the funnest place to drop in Fortnite.
Well, also in the opening video for the season, the two guys were in the vault, ran out of food,
And the dude ate the banana.
He ate the banana. Wow, savage.
Taste.
Anyway,
That's kind of a lazy
what did
skin
you
too.
have?
It's literally just the generic skin with a long beard.
Yes.
It's kind of cool though. I like that one.
I
That's
think
probably my favorite
probably
of the
fun.
few. Because like the
I
robot chicken, why is it a chicken?
No,
I actually don't
no.
know, but I thought they should have made just like a regular like centurion kind of looking thing. But that's whatever. That's our nerd out for the week. All right, we're gonna move on to something else here.
All right,
NBA playoffs?
NBA playoffs. All right, so sad news. My Boston Celtics
I was there.
have been eliminated
Pog, I was
from
there, Pog.
playoff contention. And, the series with
Go Bucks.
Milwaukee
Fear the deer.
started off so bright. We won Game 1 in Milwaukee by 20 points. Paul Pierce said, the series is over. We then went on to lose 4 in a row.
Yes.
Oof. My thoughts on the series. The Carson's official statement. We don't have anyone that can guard Giannis, which is a problem. I think that...
Does anybody though?
I think Kawhi. I think...
We'll see how that goes. They're gonna match up. So
Yeah. I think that I think we have a deeper bench. I think we have more talented players outside of Giannis.
Yeah.
I will say, I have come to this realization: the Celtics need to let Kyrie walk this offseason. He is our best player.
Just trade him to North Korea, dude. It's fine.
But
Apparently, Kim Jong Un
Yeah.
is willing to make concessions for very talented basketball players.
that's not how that works. You can't just give him back. What's he want to do? Just put him in his house and have him be playing all the
I don't
time?
know. But get Kyrie out of there.
Yeah, because
And get world peace.
I think
nice.
wow. I think Kyrie is our best player.
It's what Iron Man died for.
Yes. I think that it's good to have a player like him down 2 with 30 seconds left. But I think he drastically alters our play style to the point where he makes Jason Tatum basically irrelevant. He makes Gordon Hayward basically irrelevant. I think that we got Gordon Hayward. I still think is not fully back yet from his injury, but we got him to play in the same type of style as Brad Stevens' offense. Kyrie does not play that type of offense. Kyrie is very ISO, very. It's different. Like I think the team with Terry Rozier at point guard, we got Tatum and Brown, Gordon Hayward, Horford, Marcus Morris, all them.
Getting AD in the offseason.
Yeah, I do think we will go after AD, and I think that team would be better. That's the thing, though. I feel like if we got AD, Kyrie would stay, which I guess that would make us fine. That might be fine because that would change the team a little bit. But I want us to go after AD. I'm cool with them. Tatum had a really good rookie season. I do think Tatum will be really good, but I feel like if you can get Anthony Davis, he's one of the best players ever. I think the Celtics will. Think of it like this. The Pelicans are in the West. They want to get Anthony Davis as far away from them and play him as least many times a year as possible. They don't want to build up their team, go into a rebuild, and then finally when they get into the playoffs, get eliminated by Anthony Davis.
Yeah, no.
They're going to want to send him to the East. Who in the East can give them the most picks or players? Boston.
Yeah.
So I think Boston is going to look drastically different next year. I think Kyrie will be gone. I think we'll have AD.
Where do you think he goes?
The odds are saying Brooklyn, but I don't see why he would fit in Brooklyn. Yeah, I think if he goes anywhere, he'll go to the Knicks. Because why would he go to the Nets? That doesn't make sense.
I think the Knicks would be a good fit for him.
Yeah, so
we'll see how it goes, though.
That's enough of me going on. Do you watch the NBA, boss?
No, I don't really watch the NBA. I mean, I play basketball.
No,
yeah, I play basketball, but I don't know.
What position are you?
Are you? Yeah.
Two. So
are you any
shooting
good?
guard. No.
Yeah. Are you on your?
No. Okay. Well, I start, but I could be better.
Are you on your school's team?
Are you any good?
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm on my school's team, but I start.
So if you start and you're bad, is your team bad?
No, we were 12-3, but only.
Wow, that is good.
Only teams we lost to one varsity. We lost to a JV team, which was a public school, mind you, and another public school twice.
Boss goes to a private Christian school. So
wow. What grade are you in, boss?
I'm in 8th grade.
Wow, so you'll be in 9th next year.
Yes.
Wow, high school, a lot of changes.
Don't you play varsity soccer though?
Yeah, so I do play middle school soccer.
Hey, I was the goalie.
That's cool.
I was a left back. Wow.
So, tough loss for my boys. Shout out to my Holy Trinity Lion boys for getting 2nd place in the county. That was a tough loss.
Are you going to shout out the girls team today for winning state?
And shout out to the varsity girls for winning state, yeah.
8-0, by the way.
But, yeah, I mean...
Smoked them.
So we... Yeah.
Well, is your sister on the team?
She's not. She's like a coach. What's she got?
So last year she was on the team, but there's this grading system at the school that she's different with. And so she didn't play this year.
Is she older or younger than you?
She's older.
Okay, I thought so.
So she didn't play. But last year they got 2nd, and they lost to the team that they played today. But this year they won 8-0, so shout out.
Wow. Are you going to tell all your friends at school to watch the podcast?
Yeah. These are my boys.
Shout out your boys. Here.
These are my boys.
No, support them. Shout out Huey Dewey Dog. Who else you got?
Love you 2902. All right, but anyways, like and subscribe to these boys. They like their love.
Wow, thanks, boss.
Wow, thanks. Are you gonna post on your story?
Oh, hot takes. Yeah, I will.
Wow, thanks, buddy. All right, so back to the playoffs. Just did the research. Breaking news: Golden State has advanced. They beat Houston in Game 6 without Kevin Durant.
I wonder who would have called that.
Without KD, you would have called that?
No, I thought we were just talking about Golden State advancing over the Rockets.
Oh, yeah.
Called that. Without KD, sure, that'd be a challenge.
But that's the crazy thing, though. This team, even without Kevin Durant, is still the best team in the league. Kevin Durant really... Have you watched him play recently? He's been on a streak of 35 points per game every single game.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He scores every single time down the court.
Do you think the way he shoots is weird?
I don't care how it looks. It goes in.
I understand. I just watched him shoot that's so ugly, but it
works.
But
he got hurt. They're saying they don't know when he's going to come back. That could
really.
Okay, so think of that. If that goes into the finals, Warriors versus Bucks without KD,
yeah,
that'd be a good series.
That'd be a good series. That'd be a 7-game for sure.
Yeah. I want to a lot of people hate on Golden State for them winning all this stuff. I want to say I just want to throw this out there. People act like it's unfair and all this stuff about Golden State. before they got Kevin Durant, they drafted all those players.
Yeah.
What do you expect them? Like, they drafted Steph, they drafted Clay, they drafted Draymond. All these other teams had the chance to do that.
Yeah.
And they didn't. So now you're mad at them for having a good team, which is literally like what the league tries to do, which is build through the draft. Like, that's what the Suns are doing. If they hit on all their picks, they're going to be insanely good.
I think
they did sign Kevin Durant.
I think they're mad because Kevin Durant signed there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Then Boogie signed there.
For
it's
sure.
Just like, and people are
well,
like,
Boogie's
really?
not even playing. Boogie's hurt.
He's hurt. But
I heard he might come back,
My point is, though, is a top name in the NBA signs with him again. It's like, people are like, really?
Could you imagine if it is like Warriors Bucks and because I think they said Boogie might come back at some point if they're playing and the series is like really close and it's like, oh, KD and Boogie are playing again and then they just win the rest of the games. It's like it's over.
Annoying.
Portland. These are two really good series. Portland and Denver and Toronto and Philly are both having a Game 7. I believe it's Sunday night.
Whoa.
Who are you picking?
I'm probably gonna go with. Honestly, I don't even know. Let me see here. I'll probably go with Nuggets and Toronto. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Toronto and Portland.
I'm going with seeding, so I'm gonna go with Nuggets and Toronto. Yeah. You have your Embiid sucks.
Okay, something's up with Embiid because he's hurt every single game. Like, it's something different. Like, he's sick. He's got this and all that stuff. And I was listening to Colin talk the other day. Mm-hmm. He was saying if you could pay, because they have like 4 like good players, and definitely pay Jimmy Butler. But then if you got to choose between Ben Simmons and Embiid, which I'm not big on Ben Simmons I'm not big on Ben Simmons. I like Embiid. But Embiid does have a lot of health concerns.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you really want to pay him all that money for him to like every playoffs be hurt and injured? Like,
I don't know, man. I think he's a really good player, though. It just matter of can he stay healthy. I don't know. But Embiid, though, wow. Joel Embiid. What a guy.
What a guy. So, boss, who are you picking in these Game 7s?
Okay, so like I would give you an answer, but
He doesn't know.
I don't know. But
to be fair, though, I don't really know.
Okay, so I submit these answers. Let's just compare this to the NCAA March Madness bracket. There's some teams you don't really pay attention to, like Murray State and
Liberty Flames
and Marquette. But like Liberty Flames, like I pay attention to them. My boy. I gotta pay attention. So I'm just gonna make some guesses. I have no idea, actually. I'm not gonna give any guesses on stuff I have no idea about.
You just wasted like 30 seconds of the show, boss. Just talking about nothing.
Everybody
right
likes
there.
my voice. So
shut up, hush. No, they don't. Wrap it up. We gotta get out of here, Carson.
All right, so I'm going Portland.
Okay.
And I'm going Toronto.
Yes,
because
nice.
Dame Dalla.
Yes.
Don't mess with him.
No.
What? All right. So, Elijah, where can they follow you on Twitter?
Elijah_Stacks.
Boss, where can they follow you on Instagram or Twitter or whatever you use?
_21.
Wow, and you can follow me at Karak323. If you have questions for the show, you can email us at hottakestheshow@gmail.com. We will not get to them until next semester, or maybe we might do a summer special. I'm thinking we could do a summer special because we could do like some FaceTime and stuff. So we'll figure it out. We'll get to those questions. We're going to give a shout out to Isaac for graduating tomorrow.
Yes.
Wow, congrats. Mike Pence, thanks for coming to Liberty.
Yes, well, compensement.
Yeah, whoa.
Compensement,
See what you did there.
Shout out Simon Haynes for making that joke up.
Wow, thank you, Simon. So thank you guys all for listening to our show throughout the semester. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're idiots.
Yeah, really. Just two guys talking in a basement about sports and movies.
Yep.
Really appreciate it. We'll be back next semester for season 2, if you want to call it.
Sure. Why not?
A lot of football stuff. So that's big. Big news for football.
It'll be a lot more busy every week. We'll have like games recap, stuff like that. So it'll be fun.
So thanks again, guys. I hope everybody has a great summer. Hope the finals go well.
Yeah.
No obstruction, no collusion.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Good luck to all those Democrats fighting it out for that right to lose to Trump in 2020.
Yep. All right. Yep.
Well, I just cut me off. All right.
We gotta go, boys.
We're gonna go.
See ya.
All right. Bye.